Hi everybody, and welcome to today's new live format. Woohoo! It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. I'm pretty stoked for sure. This is exciting. Axion is on the move. That's on the thumbnail. Lion roars. Rah, rah. Axion is definitely on the move, man. One thing after another coming out, and more goodies on the way. Goody, goody, camshaffts, yay! So it's going to be fun. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself. And get into the chat there. We've got Cardano TV's in there already, locked on and listening. Good to see, as always, Cardano TV, and I'm loving that Cardano price as well as Axion on the move. So pretty nice stuff. Let me just check the audio, make sure it's up and running, and I think it's sounding okay. Let me have a look here. Yeah, looking good. The audio is looking good, so nice on that. Off to Central Command. That's where we are, folks. So very cool. All right, so let's post some of those there. We've got Cardano TV in the house, always great. And of course, let's move on to the next thing. We've got Kevin Wilson in there as well. Hi, Kevin. Hi, everybody, as well from Kevin. Big shout out. Axion Token member represent, of course. I love it. And very nice to see Kevin in the house. All right, so here we are, folks. We're on the Axion Today dashboard. We can see some of the numbers there, but we're going to jump back over to the Axion staking platform, to the auction page. We're going to go through some of these numbers. We're closing out. We've got about 10 minutes to go in auction day number 282. No, 283, I should say. Number day 283. And of course, we're about to close that out. We've got 375 million up for grabs. This is our first unified auction. And so we've now got 375. That's going to be every day. We've got one auction type every day, day after day after day. So very cool. And that's 48,821. We are in Axion testing initiative number 2. And of course, the Ethereum at the moment to sell it out is 13.59. And of course, we've got 7.3 in there now. So it's about 50%. Very cool. Let's just jump over to Discord and we can see that that's 49.61. So definitely about that. Now, will we be able to get sniped in the last 10 minutes? Let's find out and see whether people come in and snipe it at the end. Of course, deflationary measures at the moment, that's about half of 190. So it's going to be about 95 million added towards the current burn. And of course, that's going to put us just shy of 1 billion burn, Axion burn there, 1 billion tokens burnt. So if we get a bit more ETH in there, we should be able to hit that 1 billion. That'd be probably about 40 million tokens need to be bought and destroyed. They're pretty close to that 1 billion, teasingly. So teasing, very nice. And of course, remember that 85% of the auction goes on to buy 2 different tokens, 55% of Axion and burns, and then 35% of wrap Bitcoin, and that paid to stakers. So if you're new to Axion, if you stake Axion tokens, you get a minimum 8% return, plus you get wrap Bitcoin dividends on top of that. So very nice and attractive. So the APY is kind of up to like 36% APY on Axion, and Bitcoin dividends on top is kind of the way that's looking at the moment. More stuff coming down the line, folks. There's also, of course, we're going to get a few surprises, and I'm sure it's going to be fun as well. So looking forward to that. Hope you are too. All right, so the current price, of course, if you enter the auction, it's a 27.2, almost 27.3 million Axion per ETH with the 7% bonus in there. Of course, if you once you withdraw and stake out of the auction, you can get a further 20% if you max stake, and about 6% if you do 350 days stake. So benefits longer term people, so you get that extra bonus. So potentially up to 27% more Axion versus buying on the auction. Buying on Uniswap. The Uniswap rate is 25.5 million Axion per ETH at the moment. And you can see the actual US dollar equivalents there. So you're definitely getting a lot cheaper than 0.0013. You can get 0.000121 with the 7%, and even better with that 20% bonus if you max share stake. So very nice. All right, so that's looking good, and that's how it rolls. So if you want to get into the auction, of course, use the link in the description below. You'll come to the stake.axion.network site, and of course to the auction page, and then you just hook up your MetaMask wallet or another wallet, up to 7 different wallets. You can then see your balance in here. You click send max, and then you can place your bid. Let's say you did 1 ETH send bid, and of course your bid will show up here with the rest of other people's bids there, 7.3. And of course, we're about to start a new auction after this. Of course, it's going to be auction day 284, and of course, that's going to be open. and of course that will have 375 as well, and that will run for 24 hours. So it's first and first served. So as demand increases, people will not be able to wait around much longer. If the auction starts selling out and they want to pick up all those bonuses, they'll need to get in earlier. So that's what we're going to watch out for. We're definitely watched out. We were moving up to about 50% sellout in all the auctions so far. So if that continues to rise, we'll look to add more sellouts and more pressure to get in earlier. So we should start getting that early sniping and stuff like that. So it's going to be a bit of fun watching out for that. John Atkins in the house. Hi, Superman, everybody. Good to see another Axion token member in there. John Atkins, welcome, welcome, welcome. Very cool. All right. So that's where we are at the moment. We've got about 6 minutes to go. And of course, we've got the next auction, auction day 384, about to start. And that's going to come up. That's also got similar amounts, of course. They're all going to be the same all the way through, except for Mega Friday. It's truly mega. We got 3.8 billion Axion, I should say. 500. That's $500,000 US sitting there, folks. $500,000 US sitting there for Friday. Now, man, that will be a party if the whales and the big sharks come out to play. Maybe even some dolphins decide to get in there. Hey, sometimes it's not even dolphins, it's shrimps. You know, the smaller investors, they come in and they shock and awe. They do some shock and awe stuff. We've seen it before, and especially big new investors might come in and smash that away. So we'll look forward to that on Friday. It's going to be a lot of fun, folks. Now, remember, we're not having a Saturday. It's not back-to-back VCAs anymore. It's just the same unified auction. And, of course, that's going to be a mega unified auction pretty much. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to be great. So you're going to see some title differences on my videos. Obviously, we're going to be trying to go for the keywords now around Bitcoin, around Axion, and all that sort of good stuff. So change the title format from the auction days, and you'll just see the auction, current auction opening at the end of that those keyword titles. So hopefully that's going to attract a lot more algorithmic attention. So that's going to be fun going forward. Very cool. All right, so we're looking forward to that. Just under 5 minutes to go. It's going to be fun, folks, and we've got a lot to talk about today. Hey, True Blue 75 is in the house. Another Axion token member represent. Hey, that's a triple. That's Kevin, John, and True Blue. Good to see you. And morning all says ye all, I should say. Morning ye all, I should say. Says True Blue 75. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Alex K, our head moderator's in there. Nice to see Alex back yesterday, and Alex is back today. Nice title. Just forgot all the caps. Yeah, well, I don't know if the caps might I'll put off the algorithms, but I take that into notice. Don't want to be shouting at everybody all the time. Shout, shout, shout. But I take your point. Very cool. Maybe I should put in a few of those titles. Very cool. All right, so that's where we're at the moment. 4 minutes to go. Just counting it down. Let's do a refresh. See, we've got some ETH in there that we haven't taken into account. And bam, we got 3 minutes 46 seconds. So just counting it down. Now we've got a little bit to talk about. We're gonna go to the price and stuff like that. Might as well have a quick look there now. 00013. So holding up nicely from yesterday, and that's looking good. We have did absorb one whale sell yesterday, I think it was. So pretty cool. Pooled ETH was sitting over 500, just on a tad underneath 500 at the moment. But that pooled Axion is at just under 12.8 billion, which is really good, folks. That's really good. I actually saw it down at 12.6 earlier today. So that's really good. And the daily volume, 102,000, heading in the right direction, slowly creeping up there. Very nice. And of course, total liquidity, 3.3 billion. We're watching these numbers like a hawk, folks. Now we've got the burn mechanism in place. And like I say, it's almost at a billion. We'll be able to get bigger than that. Let's find out. So there we are. And let's have a quick look at the daily. While we wait for the auction to finish out. We're going to jump back there in a second, just so that we don't miss anything. There we are. So 7.3. Let's do a refresh on that. Bam. I keep saying bam. I must be missing the F-bam there. Jonathan Kapala says, we are all one. Hey, nice to see Jonathan Kapala in the house. We are all one. And another Axion token member represent. And Kevin Wilson says, hi, Alex. Alex says, so many greens in the chat. True hardcore supporters. They are. The Axion token represent supporters team, hardcore. Alex K says, hi, Kevin. Nice to see you there too. It's great to have Alex back, our head moderator. So hopefully he's nice and rested after his tour de force, and back for some more action. Lots of good things coming Axion's way. Axion is on the move, as the title says, and you can see that's demonstrated. More to come, folks. More goodies to come. It's going to be lots of fun. All right, so looking good there. Less than 2 minutes, and we're just tracking that down. Now here's the daily candles. We had 1, 2, 3 big green candles over the last 5 days, and definitely moving us up nicely there. So if we take the old ruler there, take it to the bottom, and we are up at the moment about 60%. So that's pretty nice. Take that to the bank. Take that to the bank, 60%. So that's pretty good. I'm liking that myself. Very cool. And if we take off the measures there, all the indicators looking good. The commodity index looking good. The MACD's looking good, and the DMI is looking good. So all the indicators looking good, as well as the price action, and we're up at the top of the Bollinger Bands for the daily as well. We passed over the 100-day rolling average in blue. That's come down to meet us, of course, but we've actually crossed over that. Very good sign. And here's the 200-day rolling average at a 0.0025. So we're going to head up towards that, hopefully, and that's our goal. All right, let's go back to the auction. 1 minute left. Here we go. Warming up for the final. I've got my old latte here that I've had my cookies already. I've eaten my cookies, but I've got my latte. Grab yourself a drink, as I always say, and sit back and relax as we enjoy the close of auction day 283 and the open of auction day 284. So you won't be hearing me talk about regular auctions or VCA auctions now. We have got unified auctions at the moment. So unless the team does some other change like that, that's what we're going to be calling them. Makes things a lot simpler to explain, of course, as well. 375 mil, much easier to talk about. Very cool. Now the Axion Test Initiative, they're going to have some other ones, I understand. So we'll see what we get updated on that. I do like these a lot, and certainly enjoying the direction that we're going in for sure. All right, 2 seconds there. Let's do a refresh and see whether we've got anything in there. That auction has finished. Auction day 283 has finished. We're sitting at 7.3, so that is about just under 50%. And of course, that'll be about 95 million Axion go to the burn address. Now the burn address won't happen. Let's go click on it and find the burn address. It won't actually happen until we get to until someone does a stake. So we're sitting at 867 million Axion. So until someone does a stake, we won't get that burnt. Let's have a look at our Bitcoin divs. So we're sitting at about 0.14 is the dividends here. I think this number 0.12 is slightly lower than what we actually have. If you take 85 and then 35% of the ETH, then that equates approximately at about 0.14, but that might be close approximation. So that's the dividends paid today, approximately. So that goes to your staking page. If you staked Axion, it just goes to your staking page, and you can withdraw that at any time. So if you're new to Axion, you can withdraw your wrapped Bitcoin divs at any time. Any Axion that you earn in a stake, which is basically an investment, then you can't get the Axion until the stake matures. What people often do is do staking ladders and make certain investments over different time horizons, 1 year, 6 months, that sort of thing, at different intervals. But the wrapped Bitcoin dividends can be taken, withdrawn at any time. Obviously, the lower the Gwei price, the better. Typically, Sunday is really good for the Gwei price. Has been quite heavy the last 24 hours on the gas prices. So it's just unfortunate, but that does happen, as we know, on the Ethereum blockchain. But Axion version 3 platform is going to go to audit September of this month, and this month? No, it's not September yet, so it's still August. So it's going to go audit and then come out. Hopefully, we'll get it out sooner than later. Maybe late September, early October is the current time frame, and we'll see how we get on. That's going to absolutely smash the ETH fees for us in the Axion community. The rest of the Ethereum projects will still be under the thumb of the Ethereum blockchain, but Axion will have some release valves. That's going to be exciting, folks, for sure. Let's reset this auction, and bam, let's go. Let's do it. All right, here we go. Refresh. I left it a bit late to refresh it, to be honest, but there we are, folks. 370 auction day 284, unified auction 375 mil, 49,000 US dollars, 13.61 ETH to sell it out. The current price of Axion, of course, is at 0.0013, and that's where we're at the moment. So we can actually watch the buying as well, because 55% of the 85% goes on to buy Axion of the Ethereum that's bid into the auction. And we can actually see the address in here. Obviously, nothing in here recently, but they is around. Just having a look down here to see whether I can nosy some there as well. We'll come back to that. So if we see a bid auction, the auction buying address in there, we will be able to notify you straight away as we watch the live stream. All right, so very cool. Let's do a refresh of here and just see whether we got an update. So 867 is the amount. That's 867, and of course we can actually watch that here on the activity list and see whether we got some auctions here. 15 minutes ago. So we just finished 5 minutes ago. So we were going to wait for a new stake here. That's what we're going to wait for. And of course, we've got the burn address there. It is pretty exciting. Can we hit, we're not going to hit 1 billion today, but we definitely hit it tomorrow. If we get some, just even a little bit of Ethereum in there, we can hit that quite nicely. We'll get to 97 on here, is what I'm expecting. So no, there's no extra stuff in today. Yesterday, we had this 26 million come in. I'm not sure why that execute transaction was done. Maybe it's a manual one that was done. But normally they come in at the end here, so we're going to wait for that as well. All right, so there we are, folks. Let's just watch. Hopefully we'll get some sniped ETH, though. That'd be cool. Yesterday we did. Remember, 10 minutes before the hour close, we got a decent bid in the auction yesterday, so that was pretty nice. All right, so 5 minutes into that one. Let's go. We've got obviously the Vabble airdrop, so let's talk about that quickly while we wait for some ETH to come in and for the burn address to play out. Don't forget, any wrap Bitcoin that's been purchased will be on your staking page, so that's going to be cool. And here we are, folks. We've got just under 13 hours to go for the Vabble airdrop. Now, I last checked the price. It was at 3.3 cents, I think, just a little while ago. So really good price appreciation on Vabble at the moment, I think. And of course, that's about 173,000 US dollars up for grabs. So I think we'll go check Pollen, see what Pollen's made any comments. But that's looking pretty nice. So there's going to be 5,250,000 Vabble tokens going to be allocated to airdrop to Axion staking. So to apply, of course, you need to buy 1 million or more of Axion on Uniswap, and then you need to stake that for 350 days. That's the first part. So buy 1 million Axion on Uniswap and stake that for 350 days on the Axion staking portal. And then number 2, you need to buy $100 worth of Vabble tokens. Now you just can keep those in your wallet. You don't have to do anything with those. You can just hold those or whatever you want to do. And then all you have to do is fill in the form, apply for Vabble airdrop. Only 13 days to go. This is after a 7-day extension. So basically 6.5 days through that extension. So get into that. Now we're going to check out and see whether Vabble's made any comments there. We have had high gas prices at the moment, of course. So just take that into account. Alex K says, yeah, but gas prices are a bit high, not too helpful. Yeah, definitely not helpful at the moment. So do take that into account if you're going to buy, because it's only about $200 worth, like $100 worth of Axion approximately, and $100 worth of Vabble, kind of around that mark last time I checked. So might be a bit higher on the Axion now that the price is higher. So just take that into account. So that might deter a few people entering at the moment, which means that anybody that's entered while the gas prices were low will be very happy, because obviously the less people that enter, the higher the actual airdrop is to them. So $173,000 at a higher Vabble price is definitely a better bonus to people that are entering this auction live. Entering this airdrop, I should say. So very cool, and nice touch there, Alex, just reminding us about the high gas prices. So take that into account. All right, so that's pretty cool. And let's do a refresh of the burn address, see where that burns happened. And not yet, so we haven't had a stake yet, so it won't trigger until the stake happens. And we know that on here we haven't got any stake happening yet, so let's refresh and see whether we have, but obviously we just checked, so no stake yet. So until we get a new stake, that's not going to happen. And the other thing I want to look at was, of course, the Axion contract address. It has 102 million 102 billion 700 million Axion in the liquid wallet, and we can see that the dev wallets at the top there is just under 19 million at the moment. We've got Uniswap sitting at 12.8, and that's dropped, of course. That used to be up at like 17, 18 billion. Really good to see that down here. Really exciting, folks. That's really good stuff. And we've got this one here too, which is one of the contract addresses, 8.5 billion. And then we have the teams, one of the team's spending wallets. Not sure exactly what goes out of here, maybe salaries or something. I'm not sure what's probably stuff like that going out of there. And then, of course, after that, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 whales sitting there. I guess you call them whales. At least they've got over 1 billion Axion there. And then we've got a couple of other bigger ones just following there. We've got the dead address, of course, sitting at number 12. That's the dead drift where we burn, baby, burn. So interesting stuff. And we've got a couple of whales that we do recognize in here. And we had a couple of people with this one here. I think this 1.5 came out of a stake, and they've just left that unstaked at the moment. But we've had a couple of them just doing little bits here and there. Now this is our swing whale, of course. and they sold 500 million. That's the one we absorbed, so they're now down to $1 billion. That's probably better to get whales sell out at this price. Makes it better for the pool going forward. So very cool. So I'd go through that quickly, just in case people were interested in that. Very cool. All right, so that's that, and we're just going to wait to see whether we get some buy in here that will tell us whether people have bid into the auction, and that's where we're at the moment. Let's go to do our little overview of the ecosystem. And we've got 318 billion total supply, 62 billion liquid. Obviously, that includes a lot of those whales that have come out of stakes or thereabouts. We've got staked 255 and sitting at about probably about 81.5%, 82% stake there. It's probably a lot higher because we've got that, but we have got a lot of whales come out of stakes, so that's probably closer to maybe 81.5, something like that. All right, so our crypto rank sitting nicely at 966. Remember, only about 4 or 5 days ago or something, we were up at 1,080. So it's really nice to be at 966. Total stakes 26,406. Average stake size 9.41 million. Average stake length is about 6.9 years, 2,545 like days, which I say is one of our great statistics. And the market cap sitting nicely at 13.42 million. Remember, that's come off about 8.4, $8.6 million. So that's really nice to be up there. And the share rate's slowly increasing, 1.1983 as well. And so, have a quick look at the shares as we've got them. The shares sitting at 675 billion, and pretty nice. And then, of course, we've got big payday coming up there on the 29th of October. Max Share Club, of course, all the people that max shared, 144.35 billion. Total stakes 9,645. Head towards 10,000. Wrap Bitcoin, folks. This is a beautiful thing. Sitting at $8.5 million US paid to stakers at the current price of Bitcoin, and which is about 50,000, and it's 169.73 paid to the stakers with cashed out at 142. So I presume those numbers are all okay and not being deprecated in the challenge there. I'm just going to close out of there, and we can move back. Of course, we've got the dashboard, which actually has been added, and that actually gives you a lot of those numbers as well. So very nice to see that. We can see total supply. They're a little bit different, so just take into account, but they are brand new, so they're probably most likely accurate. So 358 total supply, a little different from the other one that we had. Circulating supply 29%. That's 102 billion that we just looked at on the contract. We saw that, and we went through. There's quite a few whales there, about 7 whales sitting in there underneath the dev wallets and Uniswap. So if you exclude all like Uniswap and the dev wallet, then you get right down to 50 something, probably 58 or something billion Axion in liquid. Total stake 71%, 71%, and 40% is max shared staked based on these numbers here, which is actually under the ones that we had on the other dashboard. Total burned Axion, of course, sitting at 867, and we can actually see that on the burn address, 867, so that matches up nicely. And we're just waiting for someone to stake. Go and stake somebody, and then we'll see the burn update. So might take a little while. Sometimes it just happens straight after the auction. Other times it takes a bit longer. All right, so that's very cool. Let's go to the auction page, and let's do a refresh, see how much we've got any more ETH in there. Hey, Kenny Lie's in the house. Hey, Kenny Lie, good to see you. Good morning, everybody from Kenny Lie. Big shout out there. Nice one, Kenny. And there we are, folks. So we're 12 minutes into the auction, and no ETH in there yet, but that's how we're going. So we've gone through the Vabo airdrop. We've gone through the value of Bitcoin paid to stakers, which is pretty impressive, $8.5 million US at the moment. And of course, we've gone through the contract address and liquidity pools at the moment. So very nice. And also Axion, we've covered the Axion price. So we're going to wait for a bid to come in there, of course. Let's go and check out CoinGecko. Just checking my computer's not overburning, me and my computer. So Bitcoin at 49,797, yeah, just under 50,000. So just dropped back after going over. A bit of a teaser, really. Be good to close on the day below there. Ethereum, of course, at 3,350. Cardano looking really nice. Cardano TV will be loving this. $2.91. That was up at about $2.96. And I think that the technical charts might be outweighed by the fundamentals, and this could just keep pushing higher, regardless of the resistance that people might talk about at the $3 mark. So we'll see. We'll watch out for that. But I think that after years and years of development of those smart contracts coming out in the September upgrade, I think it's they go through what they call eras. I think they're coming up to like 30, trying to go from the second era to the third era in development. That's what a lot of that stuff is as well. And so $2.91 looking good. And Binance Coin as $4.96, just come back off, was about $505. XRP at 125. Dogecoin at 31.6. I think there's a bit of value in there. Dogecoin seems to be lagging a little bit, in my view, from some of the others. So might be a bit of movement in there. Polkadot's $27.80, and Solana still holding up nicely at $77.87. Remember, probably the highlight there is obviously got smart contracts, but also 50,000 transactions per second on that blockchain, which is really, like a blockchain 3.0 almost, so at that level. Uniswap sitting at $29, and Terra's just jumping in there. Oh my gosh, Terra's come out of nowhere, folks, and that's just knocked Bitcoin Cash down 2 spots, as well as versus Chainlink as well. So Terra's just jumped into the fray, folks, at 54% up in the week and 17% over the last 24 hours. So that's a bit of a shock as well. So definitely some changes of the guard in the top 15, and push, and Chainlink then follow at number 13. Bitcoin Cash at 681, and then Litecoin at 187. Wow. So Terra's come into the fray. What else? We've got Solana in the fray there. Wow, some real big changes. Obviously, Polkadot came in earlier, but you've still got some of your good old favorites like XRP and Cardano, Ethereum, and Bitcoin on the top there. So definitely a few changes around in the marketplace. So if you were holding that Terra, congratulations to you on that, because you just made some nice mad gains. Very cool. So quick look at the VAB, just to double check that. Double checking my PC, of course. Very nice. Alex says hi, Kenny Lai, and Sanders says hi, everybody. Hey, Sanders, good to see you as well. It's always good. Hey, we've got a lot of good online friends in the chat, so very nice. And Alex says, let's hope ADA delivers this time. That project has been going on for ages. Yeah, I think it's some people were saying 6 or 7 years. But it looks like they're going to finally be here this time. So pretty optimistic on that. They did give a date, so hopefully they can keep that date, 12th of September. So yeah. So here's Babel, folks, up 2.2%, 3.3 cents. So looking good there as well. And the market cap's only 2.1 million. So if they could deliver on their project timelines, man, that could really re-rate quite nicely. Obviously not investment advice. It is high risk, high return. But look at that, it's come back up there slowly. Looks like it's gone a slow rise there, doesn't it? Obviously, if it can pass some of these prices here around 3.5 cents, if it can really bolt past there, perhaps get it 4 cents, man, it could be away a little bit, start moving up there nicely. So looking not too bad. And of course, we put in the airdrop, which is 5250123. We can see that that's 173,500 bucks. So that's increased value for whoever's entered. And obviously, with the gas fees are bad today, unfortunately. So try and time, if you're going to go into the auction or go into the variable airdrop, try and time it. You've got about 12 hours for the variable airdrop. Try and time the gas fees as you can. There's always a chance that in any point in time, the gas fees could come down at that time, as we know. So yeah, 66, 65, not great at the moment. And Uniswap is somewhere between, just to do a Uniswap is somewhere between $20 and $26, somewhere like that at the moment. Let's have a look at OpenSea, because it's best indication of the auction. It's $85, so going into the auction at the moment is quite on the higher side. It depends on what the amount of ETH you're putting in, of course, but it might cost you something like $100 or something like that, $95, maybe $110 even, hard to tell. But that looks like the price at the moment. But once again, try and time it during the day, because as we see on the day chart, day by hour chart, you can actually get some better prices at different times of the day. But today has been pretty heavy on the gas there as well. So we know that Uniswap version 2 and 3 contribute to that, but we also know that OpenSea has actually been contributing to huge demand on the ETH chain with the boom and the NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. So that's also been another driver as well. I think they actually taken at some points take the bigger spot than Uniswap. So, and obviously there's a lot of other copies of Uniswap or DEXs and stuff like that playing around. So there's a lot of stuff going on there, despite the London fork. So this was let's watch the burn. Is the Ethereum, obviously London fork, EIP 1559 upgrade with the Ethereums and tips and all the rest of it. We can see that the burn is at the moment. This shows the burn. We've got rewards since the EIP 1559 put in place. 253,000 Ethereum, just under 83,000 Ethereum has been burnt. Tips are 30,000. The net issuance 170. So net reduction 72% there. So you can sort of see that on the site, watchtheburn.com. So that's that one there if you want to check that out. The gas prices here, that was up at 60 and now it's at 40. So I just want to say, just watch the gas prices. They could come back down to your favor, and that's definitely yeah. Let's see how quickly that dropped. That was up at like $85. That's now $54. So that's what I'm saying. Big changes in the gas prices. It's coming down now. So just keep an eye on that. It might be a good time to either enter the VABL purchases. Obviously, VABL, if you're only doing $100 on either side, these gas prices are still really high. So just take that into account. Obviously, we're going to go check out and see what the payout might be at the moment on that. Let's just do a refresh on the auction, and we'll just see how that goes. Let's go into that. And yeah, no ETH in the auction yet. Let's see whether there's been any stakes on the burn address. And no stakes yet. No stakes yet, so no burn there. That burn has not been transferred. It's sitting in another contract and waiting to be put in here. Actually, let's go check and see what the contract it is coming out of. It's coming out of yeah, the auction buying address, BF8C. So that's where it comes from. That's the buying address on auction. So if we do get a bid into the auction, it's going to be show under this address, this one here, which ends in BF8C. So just remember that. That's the one that will show up here. If a ETH enters the auction, it comes here. 55% of it, of the 85%, comes in, buys Axion off the market. So it starts draining this Axion pool here, and then swaps it over for some ETH. So that ETH would go. There was, say, 1 ETH came in, or maybe 2 ETH came in, that would drop over 500, and there we are. So very nice. Very cool. All right, so that's some nice ones there. All right, so let's just jump out of there, and we're going to wait for that a little bit longer. How long will we be going? We're going 32 minutes, so not too bad. Alex Casey says London Fork and EIP 1559 has been a disappointment, unfortunately, and the updated MetaMask is even more complicated to use than 2 numbers for gas fees instead of 1. Yep, that's agree with that. A lot of people saying that too. Fees went up instead of down. Absolutely, Alex. Good one. Spot on there. John Atkins says the weekly update from Connect Financial was quite positive. They have signed a contract with a company who will be printing the cards. They're working on getting an early printing slot. Nice. And but they still have systems to test to finalize, so no real date for cards. Yeah, it seems to have taken on basically almost like a whole year, isn't it, John, to actually get that actually up and running? Because remember we were talking about it in January, early February was going to be when the cards coming out. So you know, sometimes these things take a lot longer, especially stuff around credit cards, than people expect. It appears to be the place. Let's do some rain, eh? Let's light up the Discord there. Let's maybe do the last 12 hours. Oh, let's do the last 6 hours. Like 6 hours, and let's smash out 5,000 Axion. Let's do it. All right, so bam, there we are. All right, so 113 Axion to everybody in the Discord there. So that was must have been a few people there. Let me do the old calculator. You know, I'd like to see how many people. So we did 6 hours, 5,000 Axion, and we divide that by 113.64. So yeah, 44 people in the last 6 hours there in the chat. Now there's no news today, no announcements there for that at the moment, so nothing there to update you on. But more good stuff coming down the line. Don't forget that Voscoin video all about Axion is live. So if you want to go see that, last time I checked, they had about, I think it was 8,500 views on that, and Voscoin has about 416,000 subscribers. So definitely one of the bigger YouTubers. Not sure how do I even spell that. So you go check that out. I'll just post the video there. Voscoin. Voscoin. I'm not sure if I spelled that right, but there we are. Let me put a K in there. It's probably got a K. Voscoin. There we are. So you can check that out. That's the Voscoin video promoting. It was actually, I watched it today. I actually didn't watch it when it came out. I only watched it a couple of hours ago, and it was actually, you probably see my comment in there, one of the more recent comments. But I watched the whole thing. And it was very good. Has a few other little topics in the middle, but otherwise it's a very good coverage. Unfortunately, the ETH gas fees were high when they were doing the video too. So that's you know, just one of the unfortunate things there as they go. So that's the Voscoin there. Get into check that out. What else we're doing? I think that was it, folks. That was it on the news. I think we've covered all the topics been going on. Let's have a quick look at Direwolf and see how Direwolf's going. We'll add it. Direwolf. wolf. Can't even spell wolf. Dire wolf. There we are. Let's see how they're doing. Oh, let's see how they're doing. Got to listen to my computer, make sure that CoinGecko is not killing it. So that's down 20%. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, that's not the best one. There. Oh, it just fell. Okay, it was just fell. It was actually down. It's gone even just fell a bit more there. So that's what's happened to Direwolf at the moment. Let's go and check out SKRT, which is actually a commercial one. SKRT, I think, is going to do pretty well over the longer period of time. It's probably similarly spot as Vabble. So it's down 5%, and then Sleepy Sloth. Better get out of CoinGecko in a second because I hear my computer doesn't like it. So Sleepy Sloth's up 2.7%. So that's very cool. I'm going to close CoinGecko. Really starting to drive my PC nuts. So there we are. All right, so very cool. Let's jump out of there and we'll do refresh. That's it. My computer, yeah, I don't want it to cut off my power supply. I'm going to close out of something else as well to kind of close out of my Safari browser, and we're down to minimum now. Yeah, it's starting to quiet down. That's pretty cool. All right, so very cool. Let's go do. What are we doing now? We're going back out of the. We'll go back out of here and look at the burn address. And no one's done a stake yet, folks. That's pretty interesting. And we're 26 minutes in, so no stake there. Let's go back and see we've got some ETH in the house. Let's do a refresh and go for gold on this. And oh, that's right. We're going to do. I was supposed to cover a topic. We're going to go do that now because I think that's pretty important. So no ETH in there at the moment. 25 minutes into the hour. And of course, let's jump over to, don't forget, if you've got BAT, folks, if you're new to Axion and you want to invest BAT tokens, that's BAT tokens, we've got a whole page here. You can go do that. It does all the conversion for you and it stakes for you. So you basically put your BAT amount in here. Minimum 300 is recommended. Obviously, the lower the gas prices at the time, the better. Make sure you do that in proportion to what you invest. And of course, you can put the amount of days here. It gives you the total shares that you're going to get. And of course, gives you an estimated earnings on the right here. And you can stake your BAT there. Very cool. You just have to hook up your wallet there if you're interested in using BAT as well. So it's just another way of getting Axion stakes. Very nice. Got all the details at the top here. So very cool. All right, so I think we've covered all that, and let's go back out up here, and we're going to go over to the website again. Just to check out one of the updates I haven't covered, and I missed it altogether. Can you believe it? I couldn't believe I missed this one. So it was from the team, and I'm going to close out of there. So the team has Axion official website on YouTube. Axion official YouTube channel has doing more videos like learning how to buy Axion in our auctions for a great discount. So go check that out as well. And that's I've got Axion's official channel on this on the recommend channels on this channel, so you can go check that out. That's terrible when you have to say this channel and YouTube channel and all that stuff, but that's what it is. There's the Voscoin video that came out, of course. Axion Summer giveaway recap. That's what I wanted to look at. So we haven't actually talked about this, so I'm not sure what's actually in here, but we're going to go for gold. So remember, I covered this pretty in depth over the 31 days that the Axion Summer giveaway was on. So Axion Summer giveaway was a huge success with 1,000 in USDT, 12.5 million Axion and 60 Ledger Nano hardware wallets given away as part of the event. Over 1.12 billion Axion was accumulatively purchased. So well done, well done. So here's, you know me, I always harp on about use cases for the Axion. We had the auction, then we had the Uniswap, and they're both going different directions. We had obviously a lot of recycling in the auction, pump in the auction, and then we had the Uniswap price going down over time, right? It was really about use cases and balancing out those incentives and stuff like that. And so the team's doing pretty well with these ATI testings and the unified auctions and the burn buybacks and all sorts of stuff. That's certainly playing a big role. More to come, of course, more to come. And I think that these are just one of the initiatives was this summer campaign to buy Axion and get that stake. So that was pretty cool. What a great result, 1.12 billion. Very cool. With over half of it staked for a minimum of a year minimum. So nice. We were delighted to see new members as well join the Axion Discord and Telegram, which we did have. That was pretty cool to see new faces in there. Having heard about the summer giveaway event through our extensive marketing campaign that ran on our programmatic and crypto ad network. More than half the entries submitted were new to Axion, which is a great metric. That's a fantastic metric. So very cool. We were able to give away ledgers and the US dollar Axion prizes to both OG members of our community, with one of our members winning 3 separate times. Wow. And new members. we've seen a great, we've even seen great replies on Twitter and email with people sending in pictures of their devices. So very nice. Here's some community photos. So very nice there. Oh, that's looking cool. People's different in the community. That's really nice. I hadn't actually seen any of these folks, so very cool. Here's the winners. Now I didn't even know who the winners were. I keep missing all the stuff. I think I saw one. Very cool. So the first place winner was Ivan Staykov, and 1,000 USD plus a Legend Nano. Wow, what a terrific prize! And then CR and Viv F. I mean, man, it's hard to say those ones. 7.5 million Axion plus Legend Nano S, very nice. And Rolock 0807 got 5 million Axion and Legend Nano S. Wow, very cool. And of course, here's all the other winners that won the Legend Nanos. Man, you can see some people did. Angela La won 3, and man, some people just win a few there. Wow. So nice stuff in there. I'm just trying to have a look through, see what I recognize, how many names I recognize. Slashes in there, Stefan, Angela, Cadillac Jack. I mean, I do know a few of these others, but I just can't, go through the pronounce the name. Ivan, of course. Jeff, Jared Cook. Where else there? We've got, just going through some of these. Monkey Tech, Nicolo, Fisto, of course. Smacko, and a few others there. So pretty cool. Well done to all of those. I'll post that in the Discord if in the live stream chat, so you want to check that. Just check out the winners as well, and double check whether you were actually one of the winners. Maybe something happened with the email. So very cool. What a great giveaway, and a really solid result there. So I had to go through that. That was just such a good thing to go through. Let's check the old auction. We're 30 minutes in the way through, folks. So through the sniping hour, and of course 23 hours and 30 minutes to go. No ETH in there yet, but if we do sell out this auction with 13.6 Ethereum, we will get 190 million added to that. So very nice. That's going to be pretty similar every day as well. So that's going to be cool. Let's go check the actual burn address, see whether that's someone's finally made a stake, and see how we're getting on. No stake yet. Can you believe it? After 30 minutes, no stake in there. But I guess sometimes this is going to happen, right? You just don't know when people are making stakes. I think we might have had a buy. No, we didn't. We had a buy. This looks like they possibly entered the, it's 1 million, so they may have entered the Babel airdrop. So let's go check on that. It's just a random address if I'm going to open up. Yeah, there we are. Hopefully it's going to open them up. I always like to see whether they're going to buy. So yeah, they've picked up the Axion. They actually picked up, they've got a few there, and they probably will end up picking up some Babel since they've only just picked up the Axion. They'll probably end up picking up some Babel as well. So very cool. And nice one there. I love it when I see incentives in action. This team is doing really well getting the incentives driving behavior, and that's really nice to see. So hats off to the Axion team for sure. Let's go in and have a look and see whether we can see this cripple's saying 50 bucks for Uniswap trades insanity at the moment. Yeah, that's really unfortunate, especially if people were maybe holding off to get into the Babel airdrop. That's probably something that's getting them. Let's go and see whether Pullen has made any comments today that might give us some insights into what's happening. Obviously, there's a lot going on that's coming. Let's have a look here. So just going back here, let's see whether we can find some stuff. Just sometimes normally we get about 3 pages worth. Yeah, so there we are, 3 pages. So having a look here. Did we break out whilst I was asleep? So just talking about the price there. We've already covered that quite in depth. Let's have a look at this. What's the comment there? It costs $320,000 Axion to withdraw Axion. Totally worth it. That's hilarious. All right, well, we just think it just tried. You mean 320,000? So there's a couple of comments here, nothing really relevant to us getting insights into what Axion's doing. That's what we're really trying to chase down here. Not some of the comedic banter as one after that. 6 consecutive weeks of price appreciation. That bears our previous best of 2 weeks. That's a good comment. So nice on that. That's just the weekly chart on Axion, which we can actually replicate that. So let's go do that on the weekly. Boom, let's do that. Yeah, so that's right. So weekly, look at that. This is pretty good. My chart's a little different. I've got one little almost quite red there, but basically weekly candles all the way. Nice. Looks like the same mine. Yeah, his one's just slightly different from mine for some reason. Not sure why that is, but hey. So on the weekly candle looking good there with these green weeklies. Nice. All right, so that's looking good. ETH, the gas fee set to 25. What else we got in there? Start burning amount. Or whale sacrifice the Axion by sending it to the address. That would be a start. Yeah, that's true. The whales did that. But it's amazing how many whales came out of the water at the moment, eh? We got like 7 of them there. Often we had like 2, maybe 3 at best. We've got 7 out there at the moment. That's interesting to see that. What else we got going on there? Just have a look through. That's just the how-to video that the Axion team's done. So nothing really interesting on that page that is going to give us. I'm pretty sure we've got something here. Let's have a look here. We'll be loading the auctions based on a week up. So the old strategy was to taper. The old strategy was to taper down auctions 500 million per week from 1001 to 004. But we found in simulations this doesn't work. So we loading the auctions based on weekly USD dollar value rather than the amount of set tokens. So that's quite pretty cool. That's something new that we've found out there. Multiple, oh, look at this. Okay, why not CAD? Multiple currencies coming to the site soon. Oh, that's interesting. So multiple currencies. So we've got BAT and Ethereum at the moment, and obviously you get out Wrap Bitcoin, Divs, and Axion. So that's interesting. So there's a bit of insight there. Just having a look through here. Is interesting. This is about the VAB airdrop. Based on the current value of VAB, the current participants, it's still worth about $500 per person. So that was it was at 3 o'clock. So it's about 4 hours ago. So it was sitting at about 500 per person at the current price of VAB at that time. So that's a bit of insight there. And that's about it there, folks. So that was a couple of pieces of information there. Very cool. We like to pull out as much as we can out of that. So looking good. Let's do a refresh and see how we're getting on. Currently at 47 minutes in the live stream, so going nicely. We'll probably finish up at about, let's see, what, 13 minutes. So probably finish up maybe at about an hour, and we'll wrap that up. So we'll just keep going for a little bit longer and see whether some Ethereum comes in. Obviously, we want to see the burn as well. So let's go to the burn address. Nothing yet, hasn't updated yet, man. Okay, so still sitting 867, just waiting for someone to stake. Get out there and stake if you got some Axion. No, I'm just kidding. But that's waiting for someone to stake there to get that activated. It's sitting in the old contract buying address as well. So we'll get out of the weekly address out there, and we'll go back down to the hourly again. Let's go 15 minutes, eh? 15 minutes, yeah, 15 minutes, all right. There's a 15-minute chart there. All right, so yeah, definitely a viable entry, I think. And there we are. There's another one that possibly a viable entry as well. So viable entry still driving. I was expecting a lot of viable buys, airdrop buys in the last 12 hours, but of course the gas prices are really probably putting people off on that because it's like a 50% thing. So you're looking at spending what, about $200 for that. Let's see what a million is at the moment. So if I put in, let's swap that around. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's turn that into USD. So yeah, but $129 to get a million Axion at the moment. So that's what it's going to cost you, plus $100 worth of variable, so about $230 US. That's excluding the gas fee at the moment, and we saw the gas fee. You're doing 2 purchases as well. So what do we say the gas fee was? Let me go to the old gas now again. And so $230 just to buy the swap, but you need to obviously you have to buy 2 purchases and stake the Axion. So that's 3 transactions. So that is at this current Gwei price, which is quite high, that is pretty a barrier to entry. So for those who have already done it when the gas prices were cheaper, they're probably going to be pretty happy. But it looks like there's some people are still going to pay those costs to get what was currently a couple of hours ago about $500 on the airdrop. Of course, if VAB's gone up since then, it may be slightly higher. But you can see a swap's going to be something like maybe $16 to $18 in there at the moment. So you get 2 of those, so it's about 32 bucks. It assumes that your swap goes through on fast. So yeah, about 16, 18 bucks. So that's like 36 bucks plus the stake, which is probably, I don't know what that is, maybe similar price. Interesting. All right, so very cool. Hey, welcome to the channel, of course, Axion Token channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. And if you want to join as a member, hit that join button. We've got Axionites, Elites, Heroes, and Krakens. Get in there, support the cup. Hey, as the Axion price grows, the community's going to grow. You know how crypto works. Price is the #1 indicator that people track down. They see percentage gains in the price. All sorts of people come out of the woodwork, old Axion investors, people that have traded out, people that are new to Axion. They all come when the price sings. So this is the crypto community. So that's just the way it is. I mean, it's just the way it is. So onwards and upwards. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Jonathan Benici's in the house. Hey, love your show. Hey, appreciate that, Jonathan. Much appreciated. Really is great to hear that sort of support there. So nice. All right, so going good, folks. And let's see where we're at here. So, hey, I'm going to have dinner tonight. I'm going to have pizza. How about that? Pizza sounds good to me. I know it's not supposed to be part of my diet, but we are in lockdown at the moment in New Zealand. So we're in lockdown, and that's just the way it goes. So pizza it is for the lockdown pizza. It's called lockdown pizza. So it's going to be a bit of fun putting that in the oven. Got to heat the oven up, of course, to 210 degrees for about 10 minutes or whatever until it goes beep, 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 and put in that beautiful pizza with a bit of extra cheese on it because, you know, I got it from the store, but it's like the Italian base. But you always seem to have to add a little bit of cheese to the thing and then put that in. And Coco Supremo comes out the other side, and boy, it's fun. Fun to have that. So I'm looking forward to that, as you can tell. And maybe I should. That's going to ruin my program, but hey, that's just the way it's going to go. All right, so very cool. Let's do a refresh of the Etherscan. See, we got that burn on. And no, no one's done a stake yet. No one's done a stake yet. We're already 42 minutes into the hour. No stake. Oh my gosh. Yesterday we were lucky. Remember, I can't remember. Was it half an hour in? Was it half an hour in yesterday? And we got a stake in. Yeah, so better than this time. The day before, I think, was 7 minutes. So 7 minutes, which was a lot faster. But boy, I don't know if we're going to get the burn. I always like to get the burn because, you know me, I like to get into the old Discord there. Sorry, what's it? Yeah, Discord, and get that in there. Now, the only reason why you haven't seen me on Telegram is because I got myself locked out of Telegram when Telegram upgraded, and I can't remember my phone number that was on there. So I'm going to have to get a new phone number, but I won't be able to get one of those until the shops open up again. So I'm a bit stuck there. What do we got? Kaboom in the house. There seems to be so much update onto how much Replicoin dividends you get. Need some info on the updates, please. Well, interesting. I think there's some stuff coming around that because I had already followed up on that. So just be patient with that. That one is going to be answered pretty soon, I think. Kenny Lai says, great show with cooking tips. Hey, thanks, Kenny Lai. Yeah, cooking tips, I like it. Hey, I could start, maybe I put my title, because my title's now, like I said, is going to be really around keywords that are going to get us more traction on YouTube. So I'm moving away from the formal auction day, which really doesn't get you a lot of traction on the market. It was just really for information purposes to the Axion community. So that's going to change. But on the other side, I could put some cooking tips up there because cooking's always, everyone's after cooking videos, right? So that'd be hilarious. Maybe I put in Axion blah, 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 and then I put in, and today, prawns and fusion rice or something like that, you know, who knows, that'd be funny. All right, FBAM's in the house, say, FBAM, bam, 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 bam. I always love FBAM in the house. We all love the work of Superman. Hey, FBAM, nice rainbows and hearts as always. Love to the community. So nice one there, FBAM. Hey, FBAM, I just about open up most of my live streams going bam, bam, bam these days. I don't know, it's just so easy to say. So that's hilarious. And yeah, and nice one. All right, so very cool. Let's go and do another refresh and see how we're getting on. We're currently at 54 minutes. Still no stake there. Man, I do love it when the burn goes in there. I tell you that. It really is a cool feature. And this burn here we're talking about. So looking good. Let's do a refresh, see if we got any more in there. 43 minutes into the opening sniping hour. Let's do a refresh. No ETH in there yet, but a long way to go. like I say, Bitcoin sitting around 50k, and Axion wrap Bitcoin divs so far paid to date is what we're at about 82 VCAs, but previously it doesn't really matter now. We're going to get away from that terminology, but we're at $8.5 million US dollars paid to Axion stakers. So if you're been accumulating wrap Bitcoin for some time, that's going to look pretty good in your bag. I know that some people do sell their wrap Bitcoin and buy more Axion in it. Some people sell their wrap Bitcoin and buy other tokens, but a lot of people do hodl the wrap Bitcoin divs as a long-term hold for Bitcoin. Because we do know that Bitcoin's going to get scarcer as time goes on. The emission curve goes down dramatically. We know that it's got a long tail, and it goes all the way to 2141, I think it is. So that's only going to get rare at a faster rate. We do know that institutions really are loving it as a really hedge against, and probably in preference to gold, right? And hedged to the US dollar, which is under a lot of pressure. And you've got a lot of geopolitical movements with other currencies also trying to undermine the US dollar. There's a lot of stuff going on there, and so cryptocurrency, particularly some of the good ones, will definitely be valued up with that. And of course, cryptocurrency no sense, right? As long as you, especially with these blockchains coming out with higher TPSs, transactions per second, that's a game changer, right? If you can get up to doing 50,000 a second, that sort of thing, 5,000 a second, then you're getting way better. Like Ethereum's like what, somewhere between 8 and 25 or something TPS. So that's why they need to do the upgrade as well. So it's really a big deal. All right, so FBAM, I love it. Your bam, 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 bams. Yeah, that's funny, hey? It's hilarious. It's actually quite relaxing. It's quite relaxing there. Bam, 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 bam. It's quite good. Kenny Lai says, hi, Alex. Hey, big shout out to Alex. Yeah, a lot of people missed Alex. The people saying, where's Alex for ages and ages? But Alex is back. Alex is back. It's good to see Alex back in the chat. Woohoo! All right, very cool. So 15 minutes to go in the sniping hour. We're 57 minutes through. We're still waiting for some burn. I might have to keep going until we get some burn, because I was going to finish off at an hour. But hey, we're wanting this burn, baby, burn. So I might end up having to stay doing live stream until we finish the opening sniping hour. Hopefully that extra time will get us this burn. We'll see how we get on though, as well. The price, of course, sitting at 0001314. Let's go to the daily. That probably gives us a slightly better view of that there. So this is where we're sitting at the moment. Definitely powered over that blue line. The blue 100-day rolling average is that blue line. So really nice. Remember that was both the 100-day and 200-day were well above the day. Why am I going like this? I got the chart. I'm trying to show you with my hands, but I got the chart. That's stupid. All right, so let's go full screen on that. And when the previous days we were sitting along here, right, we're sitting over here, and the blue 100-day rolling average and the 200-day rolling average, excuse me, were well above us, right? But now we've crossed over that 100-day rolling average, so that's a good sign. We're at the top of the Bollinger Bands, the orange lines. That's a good sign. And obviously we crossed the purple line, which was the 0001 line. We kept talking about that. Let's cross that. We did cross it twice. This was a bit of a spike, but we crossed it here on the 11th and 12th of August. And now we're powering above the 0001 and above the $100-day rolling. And man, can we start moving up with the right sort of momentum? We're getting a pivot, right? We've definitely pivoted. There's our pivot here. And can we get up here to 00025 200-day rolling average? That will really bullish. Some people watch the charts, so this will be some bullish sort of sentiment as well. That will make them move. So hey, that we're following the technicals. So some people who follow technicals, they help move the price up. Obviously, good news fundamentals helps move the price up, and of course the market generally moving pretty bullish as well. Especially if Bitcoin can smash through that 50, and if it can do break out the all-time high. Rather than just being a bull trap where it fakes out at 50 to 55 and then starts going back down again, and then we won't see the higher prices for a long time. There is a lot of institutions around, of course, now that there didn't used to be back in 2017, 2018, so there is different stuff going on. We do see the stock market, of course, a bit shaky. Some of the institutions calling it due for a big correction, so watch out for that too. That's certainly the wealth effect is the issue. All right, not the income effect. The income effect's really the economy. The wealth effect's really stuff like stocks, property, crypto. And probably in that order, actually, probably property, stocks, and crypto in that order. We saw in 2008 the property market went right, and with the collateralized loans, or the A's and the B's and the all going bad. You've seen The Big Short that covers that pretty well. Of course, the stock market, of course, it can have major corrections. That's the wealth effect, right? That's where people have most of their wealth. And of course, now crypto is a growing amount of wealth. It's still only at 2.2 trillion, so it's still relatively small globally, but certainly increasing. And the appetite for that stuff, especially when you have fixed supply, it's not controlled by sovereign governments. A lot of the institutions are looking forward to that, because if they can make that even scarcer, scarcity is the key, then that's a much better, you get a lot better results in protecting value if the rest of the market holds that view as well. So pretty interesting stuff. Alex Casey says Alex is asleep. It's been super quiet today, but Superman is energized. Bunny, hey Bunny, there's a little bunny in there with the little bunny ears. So there we are. Hey, Free Willy's in the house. Yo, better late than never. Hey, Free Willy, it's definitely better late than never. Always good to see Free Willy in the house. Nice one. Hey, just a big shout out, of course, to Kim Wilson, John Atkins, True Blue 75, Jonathan Kampala, and of course. Free Willy in the house there. Axion Token members represent to you guys all. So very cool. Alex says, enjoy your lockdown pizza. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be cooking it pretty soon. The oven's going on pretty much after this live stream. So pretty funny. That's hilarious. All right. Okay, 10 minutes to go in the opening sniping hour. We've got 23 hours and 10 minutes left in the auction. Let's do a refresh here. We've got some action. We're just past 1 hour and 1 minute, so we're climbing almost 1 hour and 2 minutes climbing up through there. But we've still got 10 minutes, so we're just going to ride out the rest of the hour now, 10 minutes, and let's do a refresh on the burn address, trying to capture that burn. Come on, baby, burn, burn, burn. But no one's staking. We haven't had a stake in at least the last hour, so waiting for someone to stake. So hey, shrimps, come out, shrimps, and stake shrimps. You can do it. Hey, Kim Wilson says thanks for being here. Yeah, thanks everybody. It's definitely good. It's a pleasure. All right, onwards and upwards. Hey, the team's got good stuff coming. We've seen good stuff, man. I think a lot of people are generally pretty happy with things. Obviously, there's a few things around that people can always make critiques of, but man, some really good pivoting by the team, some really good stuff coming out, and more goodies on the way. I think things are moving nicely in the right direction, and very excited. We've got a very talented team, marketing, strategy, open-minded, and community orientated. We've got awesome devs and awesome mathematicians, all the ingredients you need to really do something special in crypto. Very cool. And obviously a very mature investment community, and that's huge. Having long-term investors, very mature investors. You don't get so much pump and dumper comments in the chat, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's you're not tracing. It's not an hourglass project or something like that. It's not. So it's very cool to see that. Very nice. All right, so looking good. Kevin Wilson says gas fees are high to stake right now. They are at the moment. That is probably the only thing. We're definitely waiting for Axion version 3 to come. That's going to help a lot, and it's going to make Axion stand out because every other project's going to be, have to suffer until ETH 2.0 comes out and the rest of it. That's why so much growth has been in Matic and bridges and all the rest of the other technology that's coming out. But hey, a cross-chain future is the future. It's just going to be the way it is. Going to connect all those different ecosystems that are around the world, including Ethereum, obviously, which is the big one at the moment. But that's going to be eaten up by, I reckon there'll probably be 6 to 8 big chains that will dominate crypto, and they will increasingly get a bigger share of a growing pie. So that's where I think it's going to head. And so multi-chain bridges, stuff like that. We've already got stuff around like that, like exfoliate and things like that. So there's lots more. But getting good bridges is the key at the moment, and also ones that they're not hackable. That's a very important. Alex K says, yeah, 80 Gwei is not good. No, it isn't good. 70 at the moment, but you're right. It's once again, try and pick the Gwei. Sometimes they can come down, quite suddenly. So keep a lookout on that. We've got 61, 60 at the moment, 64 for Rapid. So you can see the swaps there, somewhere like $18 to $25, something like that. All right, so very cool. Let's jump out of here and go. Yeah, no auction buys in the yet. If we do see it, we'll see that auction address there, and we're just waiting for that. Let's do a refresh. It's probably the first day I haven't been able to publish the burn numbers on the Discord, which is upsetting. It's very upsetting to me. You know me, I love to troll that Discord. That's just how we roll. Hey, why don't we troll a little bit? Let's give out a little bit more Axion. Let's rain some love on here. So 1 hour. Let's do 1 hour. And what else should we do? Let's do 1500, eh? Oh, let's do 2000. Why not? 2000. I'll do 3. Oh, not 20,000. Let's don't want to spend all my budget on the thing. What a story! What a story! All right, it's 287. So that's not too bad. What's it about? About 9 people? 9 people, something like that. Yeah, so very cool. All right, very cool. And oh man, the Kuwait 70, 97 on rapid, 77. It's probably the fast. Man, it's really volatile at the moment for sure. Let's have a look at that. Look at that. That's all day. All day it's been like that. That's not much fun when it's like that, is it? We prefer a day like the other day. What's it? Sunday. That's Sunday there. That nice green one there. That's why I say Sunday's typically the best. Not always, but typically is the best. All right, so let's go back to the auction. We've got 5 minutes to go in the opening sniping hour, 23 hours to go after that. Long time to go. And obviously we have, I say we have a lot of Americans and Northerners up at that time. They tend to be up, but they also tend to be up watching this live stream as well. So peace out to you guys for being able to stay up that long. Very nice. And yeah, here we're counting it down. I don't think we've got Prana in the house. No, Prana's not there. Must be taking a good rest. Probably taking its toll on Prana, trying to stay up to watch the auctions. It's normally like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning there. I think what's not New York, just below New York. We did look at that on the map, but hey. Once again, don't forget if you got BAT, you can actually stake BAT now. So don't forget that. You can stake BAT. Does all the work for you. Once it's staked, this of course it's going to show up on the stake tab. So you jump to the stake tab after that to find your stake, and then you'll also have your wrap Bitcoin divs go there too. So very cool. It's always sometimes we forget that, but that's there. And of course, there's a how-to video now. It's nice. Unless I like this, it's so useful. People how to bid in for auctions. Very nice. They could possibly add a title in there, but the videos sort of you can read it there. But that's a list of little things. Little things we look at. 66. No bids there, and let's do a refresh. Count it down. We've got to be patient, right? Got to be patient. I know you guys are thinking about my pizza. I know all of you are thinking about my pizza, but unfortunately you can't get my pizza because I haven't cooked it first of all. And hey, it's going to come. Guess is insane. Bring on Pulsechain. Yeah, Pulsechain. Hey, but Kenny Lai, Axion, Pulsechain is going to be good. Definitely, it's going to be good. But Axion won't need it when Axion version 3 comes out because Axion is going to be the only project on the ETH chain that's got its own gas solution. And so stakes, we understand that stakes are going to be up to, that's keyword, up to, or key phrase, up to 1/8 of the Gwei price, whatever that is at any time. So that's really huge. So that's going to could turn it into a couple of dollars is basically the idea, maybe even cheaper depending on where the Gwei is at any particular time. So if it's $60 now to do a stake, I don't know what it is to do a stake, but if it's $60 now, that would make it like like $12 or something like that. If it's $20, then let me do a division here. If it's $20, then it will be something like $2.50. So that's the idea behind that. So that was the modeling, and so hopefully it will get close to that, obviously, in practice when it goes live. Now we did it on Robstein testnet, but I don't think that was really appreciating the market conditions because it's on the testnet. And they were running the London fork tests at the time, which were bogging it down. If you saw my first day live stream on that, I did day 1, 2, and 3, and the third day was with T-Daily. Fortunately, day 2 and 3 were pretty fast. but they were definitely testing on the first day because it was just taking forever to do transactions. So yeah, all right, let's see how we're going on the auction. 2 minutes to go. We're just counting it down, still refresh on that, and go for gold. We're going to wrap up shortly. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to publish the burn numbers. How about that? No one staked in the last hour. Unbelievable. That seems pretty rare, but does happen. Does happen. All right, so no ETH in there at the moment. Just pretty quiet. Counting down 2 minutes. Let's go and check the burn. We're going to burn, baby, burn. That's what we want. We want to burn, baby, burn. We're at 867 still. No burn there yet. It's sitting in the old contract address, but no one's burning it. Burn, baby. They should have done this thing where if someone doesn't stake, they should have just done a timer on it, right? They should have just said, well, in 15 minutes after the auction closes, just put the burn in. Why is it dependent on a stake? I'm trying to think through that. Let me know in the chat if you know why they might make it dependent on the first stake after the auction. Why not just do a timer? Say 15 minutes after the time. I don't know. Maybe it's easier. Maybe if they change the time-based thing, maybe if they change the auction time, then that would make it different. But it doesn't really matter to me. Oh, well, I guess it does, but they've never changed the timer. The time's always the same on the auction, so that makes no sense. All right, let's. Man, I'm waiting for that burn. Especially when I put it on the thumbnail that we're near 1 billion, and then I'm not even getting a burn. That's just embarrassing. I'm embarrassing myself. It's out of my control, though. Out of my control. All right, folks, with 30 seconds, last minute of the opening sniper hour, 23 hours after this, of course, we're going to check the burn address, but finally, before we leave, of course, you catch me in Discord after I eat my pizza or during my pizza, one of the two, and probably watch a movie, actually, with my pizza. That's probably the best thing. And then don't forget to, we're going to check the burn, of course, before we sign off, but it's been pretty awesome. It's great to see Alex back, and, of course, do appreciate all the Axion members as well as Axion token members for sure. And let's have a look here. Let me just go here. Let's do one more refresh of the auction, and then let's. Hey, don't forget, if you're new to Axion Token channel, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Consider joining the membership of the Axion Token. Axionites, Elites, Heroes, and Krakens. Just hit the join button for that, and pretty cool. No Ethan so far, so that's we've got 23 hours to go. Let's just check the burn while we wrap up. And we're at 867, so we're expecting 95 million Axion to be added to that. So if that was the case, which I'm expecting that to be, 95 plus 867, that will take us to 962 million, which is beautiful, right? Because it's only after what, 8 days or something. That would be pretty nice as well. So very cool. And that would be, tomorrow basically we just need a couple ETH and we'll be heading over that billion pretty nicely. So very cool. The price sitting at 00013 and onwards and upwards, and also there's only about 12 hours left in the Babel airdrop to apply for that. And the Gwei price, of course, is 43, so we want the Gwei price to come down and make it really cheap. So hopefully it will get down to 25 or something, just flukely in the next half a day. People can get into the Babel airdrop. All right, take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Really do appreciate it. Wherever you are around the world, sleep well or have a good time, a good day, depending if it's daytime, with your family and friends. And I'll catch you next time. Catch me tomorrow for tomorrow's auction. Pretty cool. That's the end of this. We've just started auction day 284. It's going to be fun to see how we end up. All right, take care. See you in Discord. Peace out.